Hello and welcome to the Daily Coaching Lockdown Football Training Session. So today's session number 28 and today I have 4 key parts to our session for you. So first of all, we're going to start off with a warm-up, then we're going to move into a ball mastery exercise where we'll be focusing on a skill, then we'll look to move into an accuracy exercise where we'll be focusing on our passing and our shooting techniques, and then we'll be finishing off with a ball movement exercise. Now for this warm-up, all you need is a space and a ball. So once you've got your space and once you've got your ball, we're ready to go. Cool, so for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to start in your space with your ball, okay? You're going to start with just in your hand. What's going to happen is this first round, you're allowed as many bounces on the ball as you want, okay? So what happens, I'll throw the box to begin with, I'll let it bounce. Okay, what's going to happen is I'm just going to use different parts of my body to be able to keep the ball back up, okay? Making sure it doesn't obviously drop onto the ground, using my feet, using my hands, using my knee, both sides of my body as well, okay? Not in this one part. I'm just going to experiment moving around my space and the area, using different parts of the body to keep the ball up in the air and prevent it from rolling on the floor. We're going to take different touches, little touches, bigger touches, left and right, moving around in different directions. Okay, get some touches of the ball, getting some movement. Think about the body parts you use relevant to the height of the ball. That's over 20 seconds. Experiment, be creative. The key thing is that whichever body part we use, we're always trying to get the ball going back up towards the sky, towards the ceiling through doors. Last few seconds. And so on, okay? So the key thing with that one is you're making loads of different movements, okay? Moving around the space which you have available, using different parts of the body, okay? Hands, feet, knees, different parts of the feet, inside, outside, laces area, okay? Just to try and keep the ball up in the air, get different touches on the ball, okay? And really be creative and explore those different types of movements. Cool. So now, what's gonna happen is you've had some bounces in between. This time, no bounces, okay? No bounces. So what's gonna happen? I'll throw the ball up, okay? Knee, hand, knee, foot, hand, knee, kick, hand, knee, foot, hand, knee. Shoulder either there. Using different parts of my body to try and keep this ball up into the air. And remember, all my touches are going in an upwards direction. Think about the amount of speed, power, and weight I'm putting behind touching the ball. Keep going. If it drops, just collect it again. You can go again. You can possibly even have a little bit of a competition with yourself, okay? See how many touches you can get in before the ball drops. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7. So now I'm trying to complete 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and so on. Okay? A little additional challenge, okay? If you can, each time you touch the ball, different part, okay? Different part of the body, whether it's either left foot then right foot, whether it's the inside of the left foot, then you use the outside of the left foot, okay? Whether it goes knee on the left side, the knee on the right side. Just try and be as explorative and creative as possible, okay? So 2 different ways. First one, bounces in between. You could then almost limit it down to just one bounce in between. So one bounce, touch, one bounce, touch, one bounce, touch, one bounce, touch. Okay, and then finish it up onto the third and final challenge where there's no bounces. Okay, so a lot more reactive movements, a lot more quick decision making in terms of which part of the body you're going to use. And remember what I mentioned before, okay? Try and use a body part relevant to the height of the ball. So say for example, the ball's really low, well I can't use my knee, I'm going to have to use my feet. Okay, my hands are going to get down enough. If it's a bit higher, I might use my hands. Okay, if it's about medium height, then I might think about using my knees instead. Okay, so give it a try. Okay, different parts of the body, be as creative as you can. Try and add in as much variation, but lots of repetition in terms of using those body parts over multiple periods of time, obviously in different combinations. Give it a try and see how you get on. Cool, so that was our warm-up. So remember, some of the key points to take away from the warm-up is that we're using different parts of the body, okay, to perform the exercise, to perform the warm-up. So we're using our feet, we're using our hands, okay. And the key thing is also we're looking at getting lots of different changes of direction within our exercise. We're obviously traveling at different speeds, and then using our feet and hands, we're getting our body nice and loose and prepared, okay, and warmed up for our activities later on. Okay. Key thing as well is that obviously there's a bit of coordination in just understanding where is the ball and where's the ball travelling to, which part of the body do I need to use. Okay, so a really good effective one to warm us up physically, but also prepare us mentally as well for our exercises which we're going to be doing today. Cool. Now we're going to move into the next exercise. So for this ball mastery exercise, what you need is you need a space, you need a chair, and you also need a ball, okay? Please make sure as well that your chair has 4 legs, so maybe if you don't have a chair, then you can possibly use a small table as well, but it needs to be able to have spaces on all sides of the object, okay, the chair or the table. So, once you've got your space, once you've got your ball, and once you've got your chair, we're ready to go. Cool, so for this ball mastery exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to get your space and then you're going to put your chair in the middle of the space, okay? Now it's really important that with this chair, or possibly a small table even, okay, it has 4 legs, so we've got opportunities to go through, or the ball travels through in different directions, not only forwards and backwards, but also to the sides as well, okay? Now what you're going to do, the reason why it's a ball mastery exercise is we get lots of touch on the ball, okay, and try and figure out and understand how we effectively use these different touches to create effective movements within performing our skills, okay? So what's going to happen, first exercise, ball on the floor, okay, all you're going to do is you're just going to be trying to see if you can get the ball through the legs of the chair in any direction, okay, so go forward, backwards, and to the sides as well, okay, making sure we use different parts of the feet, okay, and left and right, so we might use our inside, we might use our outside, we might use the sole, okay, to roll the ball or pull it, and then also look to try and use the laces as well to try and push that ball in a forward direction, okay. Make sure you have enough space around the edge of the chair that you put in the middle, and then just try to knock the ball through for 1 point, okay, 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points. If you hit the legs, don't worry too much for the moment, that's fine. 5, 6, if you can avoid the legs, even better. 7, 8, catch the ball on the opposite side, that's the key thing here. Or didn't quite go through, if it doesn't go through, don't count it as a point. Okay, now start again and carry on. Oh, just about. First part, using different parts of the feet, try and knock the ball through, okay? Key things there, whichever part of the foot you're using, think about having the part of the foot, the area of the foot, parallel or in line with the gap in between the chair, okay? So if I'm using the sole of my foot, then I want my front area of my foot, my toes to point towards the gap in between the chair. If I'm using my laces, okay, I'm arching my foot and I'm thinking about, getting a bit of shot there, arching my foot, I'm thinking about having my laces face the direction of the gap. If I'm using the outside of my foot, exactly the same. I want the outside of the foot to be parallel to the gap within the chair, so I can knock it through in a forward direction. Okay, or if I'm using the inside of my foot, again, parallel, that inside part parallel to the gap, so the ball can travel through in a straight direction. And remember as well, I mentioned about trying to make sure you can get to the opposite side as well. So key thing to think about there is how much power, speed and weight do I need to put behind the technique of the movement within the ball, okay? Cool, so that's the first one. Second thing we're going to look at, okay, is trying to develop some skills and act as if this is a defender and we're trying to actually get the ball through their legs, okay? So again, it's important that you have enough space either side, okay? This time we'll only go in a forwards or backwards direction just to have more space that way, depending on the space you have. You can do it from all different types of angles. What's going to happen now, okay, is you'll slowly dribble the ball up towards the chair, and then you're going to do a step over, and you can do this in one of two ways. You can either use the inside of your foot, so what I might do is dribble, round, pass through, okay, get the ball, or what I might possibly try and do is, again, slow approach, so dribble, round the ball, okay, and then using that same foot to be able to knock it through with the outside of that foot, okay? So two ways to do this step over, okay? First one, step over the ball, pass it through the opposite inside of the foot, or slow approach, step over, and then knocking it through using the outside of the foot, okay? So two ways of doing that, explore for about 30 seconds and just get lots of repetition. So slow touches, round, pass through. Remember, try and collect the ball after, because it's a live active defender. You obviously want to keep possession of the ball, okay? Slow approaches. Oh, I didn't quite go through that. Go through that to the point. Step over. Okay, a little bit more harder to get a bit more accurate this time, because obviously you're thinking about quite a few different movements, and obviously it's going to have to be quite quick to catch these defenders out of surprise. Okay, give them that element of not knowing what we're going to be doing. And the key thing, the reason why you want to try and avoid obviously these legs of the chairs is because think about it, if it's a live defender, and the danger is that if it touches their legs, they can regain possession of the ball, okay? Do it 2 more times. There we go. Cool. Next one, okay, again, you can possibly do this from each side, it's going to be a bit easier. Ball on the floor. You're going to come in at a bit of an angle this time, so again, slow approach, and then you're going to chop the ball, okay, through the legs of the chair. And if you see that movement I've done there, so I went a bit of an angle, and then I chopped the ball, okay, so I've done a little bit of a jumping movement. The main thing is that my kicking foot went behind my standing or my non-kicking foot, okay? So the key thing is there, is again, you're adding a bit of an element of surprise. So I'm dribbling towards the area, chop. Okay, and it goes through. Alright, again, depending on the amount of space you have, obviously the quicker you can perform these movements, okay, a bit more power, speed and weight behind it as well, so it will travel through these legs a bit quicker. Alright. Shot. Oh, I didn't quite go through there. Oh no, not quite. And again, you just get lots of repetition in. Okay, lots of repetition. Again, making sure whichever part of the foot you make contact with the ball, okay, is parallel to the gap in between the chair. There we go. Okay, and again, obviously when you're doing this realistic speed, okay, you're thinking about making really good movement, okay? So again, there's that element of surprise. For the first pair, legs, then go for the second one. Try that one more time. One more go. Oh, no, not quite. One more time, let's get successful. Approach. There we go, we'll give ourselves that point. Cool. And then the final one, you can think about an aerial touch. So what you do like that, if the ball's in the air, okay, you can either use 2 touches, so I might go 1 to control it, second one to knock it through, okay, doing that with the inside or the outside, so touch. Ooh, try that again. Control, pass through, there we go. Okay, control, pass through, just got that there. Or, if you want to, a bit harder, you can try and do it in 1 touch. So, on the floor, there we go. Good success one straight away, okay? So, thinking about taking that speed, weight, and height off the ball so that the ball can travel in a direction. There we go. Through the legs, okay? Try to do more of them. So, touch your ball. Key thing is if you're doing 2 touches, is that first touch of taking the ball up there, it's taking it away from the defender, so it's going to be hard for you to get through the legs. I don't want to try and stop this like get in front. Control, there we go. Okay. Control. Get right through there. Control. There we go. Okay, or if you're doing the one where it's 1 touch, really quick, explosive movement, okay? That's going to add a real element of surprise. Balls up in the air, down, there we go, through. One more time, ball up in the air. Whoa! Don't fall over the ball. One more time. The key thing is here is you're really looking, there we go, okay, good one, bend off them. We're really looking to try and get that ball to travel in a new direction. That's the key thing here, okay? Changing this direction of which the ball's traveling. It's coming up from the air, it's going down towards the ground. You want to drastically change that speed of the movement in which the ball's going in, okay? In a new direction to push it through those legs. So, a few different ways of doing it, okay? First of all, just knock it through. Just get comfortable using these different parts of the feet, left and right foot. And then looking at the step over, either using the inside foot to kick it through or the outside. Then looking at a chop, okay, real quick movement in getting that leg behind your non-kicking leg. And then looking finally at the last one which we just done, we spoke about the ball coming down from the air, okay? Ball's in the air, can I use 2 touches, 1, 2, knock it through, or am I able to take the speed away from the ball, get it through like that first time, okay? Give it a try. Lots of repetition with this one. Be creative in terms of using these different parts of the feet. Okay, doing it on both the left and right side and also different sides of the chair as well. Give it a try, see how you get on. Cool, so that was our ball master exercise. And remember, some of the key points to take away from that is that we was really looking at understanding how to master the ball using different parts of the feet, okay, to execute and perform our skill on the ball. Also as well, looking at that preparation of understanding how we actually get to the point of the skill, so actually those smaller touches, a slower approach up to the defender, okay, or up to our chair or our table, and then looking to actually execute the movement, okay, so performing our skill, obviously using insides of the feet, outsides of the feet, sole of the foot, or possibly the laces as well. And the key thing we just think about is the before, during and after stages, okay, so the before, it's like I said, that slow approach up to the object. Okay, the during element of it is obviously us performing that actual skill and the ball travelling through that gap or that space. So obviously in a game it would be an opponent's legs. In this exercise it was the table or the chair. And then thinking about the after stage, okay, the end part of our movement, where we actually want to go and gain control of the ball again. Okay, so it's important we don't just kick it through at fast speed and then actually the ball's out of our distance and we can't keep it under control. With skills, it's really important that we execute and move, but we have the ball under our control at the end of that journey as well, okay? It's crucial. But like I said, with that one, lots of opportunities for repetition, okay? Really just becoming comfortable and confident in using different parts of the feet to execute different movements, okay? And execute and perform different types of skills, okay? And understanding, obviously, in the game, where, when, and how you may actually use those skills to try and get the ball through an opponent's legs. Cool. Now we're going to move into the next exercise. And for this one, okay, you're going to need a space. You're going to need 10 objects, okay, so first of all you need 5 objects, and I've got cones which can go onto the floor, and then you need a further 5, so I've got some toilet rolls and some cans which can go on top of those original 5 objects, okay. Obviously you're going to need your ball, so once you've got your space, once you've got your 10 objects, and once you've got your ball, we're ready to go. Cool, so for this accuracy challenge, what you're going to do is you're going to get your 10 objects, okay. Now with your first 5 objects, they need to be things that can go onto the floor, like so I've got my cones. And on top of those 5 cones, I've got 5 different objects, okay, things from toilet rolls to cannons, okay? And the key thing here is that you need 5 objects that can balance on top of the original 5, okay? The first 5 are just things which are going to be in the ground just to help keep the balance of the items on top. Now what's going to happen, okay, is you're going to take about 5 steps away, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ball goes onto the floor, and what I'm going to try and do is see how quickly I can knock down all these 5 objects, okay? Looking to either use my left foot, my right foot, possibly using the inside of my foot, or possibly using the sole. You can be as creative as you want, okay? The challenge is seeing how quickly you can knock down all 5 of these objects, alright? If you knock one down, leave it down until you've knocked all 5 completely, then we'll restart, okay? So you could do this in one of 2 ways. You can maybe do just your left, then just your right, or you can use both, or then go on to both, left or right foot, or you can do both straight away, okay? I'll do both straight away just to show you an example, but like I said, you could do just left and then just do just right, okay? So, good try to knock it down, there we go, there's 1 down, get back, there we go, there's 2 down, might try to solve the foot, there we go, there's 3, get back, we try and aim and make sure that our foot is in line or parallel to our target. There we go, there's 4, and get 5 out of 5. I've got to pressure myself here now. There we go, 5 out of 5, okay? So again, just see how many times it takes you. Once you've done that, you're going to reset. And put them back. Depending on which type of objects that you have, you could decide to try and put different objects in different orders. Okay, so if you've got smaller objects, possibly you might put them towards the edges. Okay, so it's a little bit harder to be able to aim for it. If not, then if you have the same objects, you can just put them in different orders. That's another challenge you could possibly do. Okay, go for the smaller ones first, then the bigger ones, or bigger than smaller. Totally your decision. Then the next one, which we're going to do, okay, is we're going to try and see if we can do a volley. Okay, so the ball starts in our hands. We're going to let go of the ball, and we've got to try and volley it without it bouncing on the ground before we make contact with the ball and knock off these items. So as an example, there we go, there's 1 off. Okay, bring it back. There we go, 2. And again, I'm using different parts of the feet. I'm using the inside and I'm using the laces area. Done that time. Oh, done that time as well. Again, obviously be careful depending on the area you have. 3 down in 4 shots. So think about the power. There we go, there's 4. The speed and the weight in which you're using to there we go. So I've got 5 down in 6 shots. Okay, again, I'll maybe try it again and see if I can improve my score. The key thing here is that you're meeting the ball. So when the ball comes down from the air, okay, you're thinking about when do I make contact with that ball, okay? And remember still, when you're making contact with it, I'm using my laces, making sure my laces is pointing in the direction of the target in which I'm aiming for. If I'm using the inside, and my inside of the foot is parallel to the target in which I'm aiming for as well. Key things there is when do I make contact with the ball, so when do I actually decide to kick it, okay, or touch the ball, and obviously which part of the foot to use as well, is going to help me get the ball on the target and be accurate as well. Then set it back up, we've got one more challenge. Again, make sure they do balance on their first ball. Okay, this time, so we've done it where it's been off the ground, we've done it where it's a volley. This time we're going to do half of a volley, okay? And what that means is we're going to let the ball bounce once and then make contact with the ball. So again, very similar to the volley, you're judging when do I actually kick the ball and with which part of the foot do I do that with. It's a little bit harder when it's a half volley, okay? Because obviously we're thinking about how high is that bounce going to come back up. So we're not only judging the height of the ball coming down to the ground, but we're also now judging the speed at which it's coming back up, okay? So I let go of the ball, 1 out, and then kick it, okay? There's 1 down. Bounce. Too high. And that's one of the key things, that when the ball bounces back up, a little bit different from the volley, is that because it's going to be back up in the air, you still need to think about the type of touch you're going to take to get the ball back down onto the ground, okay? So touch. Too high in there. Touch. Alright, just caught it before then, but I'll give myself that point because I'm not doing as well on this one. Touch. Too high. Touch. Oh. And again, depending on the space you have, you might need to move your body around to react. There we go. setting off another object, okay? I'll give myself that point, okay, just because really would have struggled with that last one. But 3 different ways of doing it, okay? First one, starting with it on the ground, sole inside the foot, okay? Possibly laces area of the foot as well. Be creative, maybe also using the sole to roll it back, using the outside to knock it towards that target. Think about speed, weight and power, okay? Then we can try and get a volley, okay? Really judging the speed which the ball's travelling down, when do you make contact with that ball, which part of the foot. And then when it's the half volley, 2 key things, okay? Similar to the volley, still thinking about the speed in which your weight's coming, well, the speed, weight and power which the ball's coming down at, okay? Still thinking about when to make contact, but different this time, when the ball's going to go back up, you need to really try and react quickly to try and get it when it's just come back up off the ground, okay? And that we're not coming up too high and we're finding ourselves bringing our foot up almost like a bit of a karate kick, okay? So, really good fun one, okay? So you can add more targets in if you want to, like I said, different type of targets, bigger, smaller objects, to really bring out some challenges and some creativity in how you knock off the object. Okay, the key thing here is we're working on our accuracy, different touches on the ball, okay, through 3 different variations, on the ground, volley and half volley. Give it a try and see how you get on. Cool, so that was our accuracy challenge. Now remember, some of the key points take away from that exercise is it was all about understanding different techniques, okay, to focus on a pass or a shot. So we're using the inside of our foot, we're using the sole of our foot, and we're possibly even using the laces, okay, both on our left side and our right side as well. And the important key thing which we spoke about is having the area in which the foot is making contact with the ball, okay, so it would be laces inside or possibly sole, either pointing in the direction, okay, or facing parallel to the direction of our target, okay. That's going to help us be more accurate, that's going to help to keep the movement of the ball on track towards where we're trying to get to. Now with that one, again, it was a good fun one, okay, lots of opportunities for repetition, lots of opportunities becoming comfortable in actually performing these movements. So obviously we started off with the ground, then we looked to try and do a volley, so understanding the height of the ball, the speed and power and weight which the ball's travelling at, and understanding when to make contact with it, and then exactly the same as well with our half volley, okay, but again a little bit different there because obviously we're not only thinking about the speed, power and weight in which the ball's coming down, but also in which it travels back up at, okay, making sure we make contact with the ball at the right time, and again making sure our foot or the area which we're using within our feet are parallel or in line with our object, with our target. Cool, now we're going to move into the next exercise, and for this one you're going to need a space, you're going to need a ball, and you're going to need some masking tape, okay? This is going to help to create our route or our journey which we'll take whilst travelling with the ball. So, once you get your space, once you get your ball, and once you get your masking tape, we're ready to go. Cool, so with this ball movement exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to get your masking tape and lay it out in a random course or type of pathway, okay? So this is the design or the path which I've created, okay? It's got some zigzags in it, it's got short and longer bits as well. You can be as creative as you want with this one, okay? So obviously make sure it's not just in a straight line, make sure it's not just in a round circle, just try and be as creative as possible, having as many different turns and different distances over each piece of masking tape which you lay down. Now what's going to happen is you start at one end of the masking tape, okay? So you're going to start at one end of the path. Now to begin with, you're only using one foot, okay? So I'm going to use my left foot to begin with. I can use inside, outside, sole of the foot, and my main aim is just a ball movement exercise. There's no real learning points in this one. It's just a lot about repetition and exploring, okay? So I'm going to use different parts of the feet to move the ball around. And all I'm going to do is try and keep it as close as possible to the line, okay, which I've created, just using my left foot. Once I get to the end, I then go back. Okay, then I go back again. Now I'm just getting loads of touches on the ball, trying to keep it as close as possible to the line, okay? Try to bring the stuff down. There we go, okay, keep it as close as we can to that line. Different parts of the feet, okay, just to keep it under control, move the ball, take it with us on our journey, okay, a few more. Again, the left foot only to begin with, back again. It does go away from the line, don't worry too much, obviously the main aim is to keep it as close as possible. Once you've done your left foot, you then do your right foot. Exactly the same wall, one foot only, different parts of the feet, trying to keep it as close as you can touches in. I said, oh, it's all about exploring this one. Okay, so making sure that we get lots of touches, finding out the different outcomes, using different parts of the feet. Around one more time. Okay. Each of these exercises are different challenges, left foot, right foot, doing it for about 30 seconds each, okay? Just getting lots of touches, jumping between the left, one root back, one root back, one root back, one root back, then right foot, and then again, keep on going in that repetition, okay? So you get lots of touches with the left, lots of touches with the right, and these different parts of the feet. Then the third challenge, you now use both of your feet, okay? So we do both of my feet to help me keep this ball under control. Okay, again, keep it as close as possible to this line. Okay, again, the longer line you have, the more repetition and touches you're going to get. Again, like I said, different directions in which your line is travelling in as well. You also create different movements you have to make on the ball. Here, I'm going to get two lots of my feet, my left, my right foot, active. Help me guide and direct this ball around the course. Around one more time. And then we're back to the beginning. And again, doing it for about 30 seconds, okay? Just lots of touches, lots of repetition, lots of exploring different parts of the feet. With this time left and right, to move the ball, keep it under control and take it with you on your journey. And the final one, okay, and I'll show you two examples of this, is basically just time yourself, okay? How quickly can you get in or to one end of the route and then back again? Alright? So, I'll start off over here. You can use your left or your right foot. Go 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 seconds. Then I'll try it again. Again, see if I can beat my score. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 seconds, so I didn't do as well. Try again, keep going, see if I can beat my score and see what the least amount of time is I can get, okay? Go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 8, 9, okay? Again, ball went away there, so again I'll try again. Next time I'm going to try and see if I can get my score a little bit lower. Okay, and see if each time I can try and bring that time down. And again, that's only going to happen through exploring these different ways to move the ball quicker, using different parts of the feet to keep it under control, okay? And the more times you do it, the more time to get used to the actual course in which you're travelling on, okay? But like I said, be as creative as you want with this one. You can go over as long a distance as you want, depending on the space you have available to you. The key thing, make sure it's changed your direction in there, different distances that the ball's going over in terms of the length, okay? And really try to explore left foot, right foot, combination of the two and variation in different parts of the feet as well, okay? Really effective one for understanding different ways to move the ball, keep it under control and take it with us on our journey. Give it a try, see how you get on. Cool, so that's the end of session 28. Just very quickly to recap on some of today's key points, okay? So today there was a big heavy focus on understanding and creativity, okay? Or possibly really the other way around, okay? Being creative within making different movements on the ball using different parts of the feet, being creative in executing movements, obviously when we were doing our skill exercise or when we were doing our accuracy challenge, okay, understanding different ways in which you can actually perform the movements which are required and obviously still be successful, so either getting the ball through the legs of the chair or possibly getting the ball on target to knock off one of our targets or objects which we're trying to hit, okay? And then understanding is basically when we're moving into the ball movement exercise, okay, really trying to think about how we use these different parts of the feet, where and when, okay? So obviously trying to keep the ball under control, trying to keep it the ball moving, and also take it with us on our journey. Within today's exercise, there's a big heavy focus again on repetition, okay, because within executing a movement or a technique, it's really important that we become comfortable and confident in doing so, so you need to repeat it over a number of times just so that you actually understand how to actually use these different parts of the feet effectively and what different outcomes are. And then also as well, really trying to think about within that repetition, the more times we do it, again, like I said, the more comfortable, confident you'll become at actually executing these also at a real-time speed as well, obviously, which you want to try and do within a game. Cool. So as always, I really hope you liked today's session. Please make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, interact with the video. let us know how you get on, share some of that good feedback. Please make sure you let us know any type of sessions which you want to see coming up, because we really want to try and make them as appropriate and relevant to you as possible. But as always, good luck with the sessions. I hope you enjoy them, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Take care, and I'll see you soon.